everyone, this is PK Entertainment and we are back again, and we're now going to talk about the CW and the recent announcements of the shows that they will be renewing for the upcoming season. So because of this channel and the shows that I follow, we will of course primarily concentrate on the Arrowverse, or I guess now we could really call it the CW verse now that Arrow has finished. And to be honest, when we looked at it overall, when we saw the recent departures of Arrow and Supergirl and Black Lightning, of course, both Supergirl and Black Lightning will have their final seasons this year. A lot of people are wondering where exactly the CW verse was heading going forward. Would it really signal the end? Will we see a lot of shows entering their final seasons going forward for the upcoming years? And would it have much more of a standalone approach? Would we see the majority of the shows ending and any existing shows migrating over to HBO Max? So there were a few questions going head forward. So I guess this renewal announcement from the CW will answer a lot of those questions. So we're just going to talk quickly about the shows involved within the CW verse. So the biggest headline, or the biggest announcement, I think, that may have surprised a lot of people was the fact that Batwoman will be renewed for season 3. Now, we all know the drama that's gone on behind the show for the previous 2 seasons. You know, Ruby Rose departing, the fact that they've recast a new lead character in Ryan Wilder, which is played by Javicia Leslie. The second season is now entering, I think its 4th episode this week. Yes, there have been lots of debate and controversy and lukewarm to negative reactions in terms of its ratings and its episodes. You can check out all of the Batwoman content on my channel. I'll leave links within the description, and you can also go on a playlist. But going forward for the season 3, is it surprising? I think, yes, it is. I think because of the negative reaction, I think when we look at the ratings, you have to appreciate that the CW shows, they're not really as such dictated by the ratings. It's like it's a unified effort in terms of all the shows in unison together, and it's more about how much shows or how much money the shows can generate in terms of the merchandising and the profile, and how much more attention it can bring to the network as a whole. So I think we need to really drop this whole aspect, if Batwoman continue its fading in the ratings or its low rate viewership, does that mean it's going to get cancelled? I know a lot of YouTube channels, they like to focus on a negative aspect and the fall in ratings, and I know that gets the clicks and the views, but I think you have to appreciate that that's not really the driving force behind it. So was I surprised? I was, to say, a bit, but in many ways I think it shows at least they're committed to it, and the decision to go with a new lead character in Ryan Wilder, it wasn't just a one-off moment. They truly believe that they can get a lot of mileage from Javicia Leslie as Ryan Wilder. So at the very least, I think it's good that she's getting a shot. At least she's getting at least another season to substantiate herself with viewers. So it will be interesting to see where they go forward for the 3rd season and how this develops. We all know that all of the shows are getting very limited number of episodes. I think Batwoman itself is going to have 15 episodes this season, so it will be interesting to see how much number the 3rd season gets. Will they go back to having 20 episodes, or will they stick with the shorter season? So that will be interesting to see whether the likes of Alice will stick around for the 3rd season and the other supporting members of the cast, or will they really go out and really change the continuity going forward? I guess we can only answer once we get to the end of season 2, but I think it's happy for the actors involved. At least it's getting a 3rd season. So I know a lot of the haters may not like it. In fact, some of the haters may even prefer it because it means they can make out more videos hating on the show and get more clicks and views. So slightly surprised, but overall happy for the actors really involved that Batwoman is getting a season 3. So I think the next announcement that really surprised me was Legends of Tomorrow, and the fact that it's going to get a season 7. I initially thought that this 6th season up and coming would have been the last of Legends. You know, I have been critical of the show. You know, I did enjoy this season 2 and season 3. That is what I think was most enjoyable, and when the show was at its strongest. Because yes, Legends has always had this kind of more crazy, bonkers time travel narrative, but I think the first couple of seasons there was still a substantial storytelling. There was still a substantial story arc within the show, and I think certainly within the last 3 seasons it has descended very much into much more of a parody, much more of a comedy sketch. And yeah, I can't lie, there have been certain times I'm watching the show, my interest is very waned, and I do wonder, should I actually keep watching? And I think because I've been invested in the CW verse for so many years, that's probably what keeps me going back to the show. But yeah, I was genuinely surprised. I didn't think it would go to 7 seasons, and I think this would mean it will actually get to 100 episodes. So maybe that was the intent behind it. I'll probably save my overall criticisms of the show for another video, but yeah, in general, I think very surprising. I mean, any series that gets to 6, 7 seasons, gets to 100 plus episodes, I think always has to be commended that it's managed to sustain itself and last so long. Obviously, it has a fan base just like any other, so I'm pretty sure all the supporters of Legends of Tomorrow will be happy that they're getting more adventures of the team and their time traveling antics. So I was surprised. This was the biggest surprise because I felt for sure that the last season, or the season 6, was going to be the last, but the fact it's getting to a season 7, very surprising. We wait and see how many episodes we'll get for the 7th season. I just hope that we could get a much more substantial story and kind of veer away from the kind of sketch parody that I think it's become, but we wait and see what happens with that. So I think the least surprising announcement was The Flash, and the fact that it got to season 8. I think this is the biggest indication that they clearly want to try and get to 10 seasons of the show. It is the highest rated and the most successful show within the CW network. I personally feel that 10 seasons might be too much of a stretch to where it's going. Again, a bit like with Legends, I stick with it because I've had a long time investment. I have been indifferent within certain seasons. I would admit the last season, season 6, was an improvement over the previous season, which involved Cicadas the villain, which I think was probably the worst season of the series. But yeah, I still think if they build more on the storyline, I did enjoy more the Mirror Universe arc that they told, and the fact that they had the Bloodwork storyline as well. They shortened the villain arcs, which I think is the right way to go for the show. Shorter villain arcs, and you can build up more of the villains overall. So hopefully they can continue the recent good form that they built on with season 6. I saw the season 7 trailer. I didn't think much of it to do enough of a video. I didn't think there was enough there really in terms of revelation, so that's why I didn't do a video. But yeah, just congratulations to everybody to get to a season 8, and I'm pretty sure it will probably go for a season 10. I think they wanted Arrow to go to season 10, but obviously Stephen Amell decided to leave the show, so you couldn't continue it with Stephen Amell. So obviously Grant Gustin seems like he's happy and content to keep doing The Flash for longer, so credit to him as well. So yeah, that was the least surprising. It is, like I said, the flagship show, if you want to say, of the CW verse, and good to see it get to a season 8. So the other main news was that Superman and Lois will get 2 additional episodes in its first season. So initially there was 13 episodes ordered, so it would now extend to 15. You can check out my thoughts on the trailer that recently surfaced online within the playlist as well. I had positive feelings towards it, so even though the fact that a Superman family show doesn't really interest me as such, I thought the trailer looked very good, very cinematic. A lot of people highlighted that it had that much more of a bigger budget cinematic feel towards it. So we'll wait and see how that develops as well. More than likely or not, it will probably get a second season. There's no way they would put that much into it just for a one and done. So don't be surprised if we shortly get an announcement of Superman and Lois getting a season 2 announcement as well. The other news was that it looks like we will be getting the Black Lightning spin-off Painkiller. This is played by the actor Jordan Galloway, I think, if you watch Black Lightning. Now, I've commented previously that I was a bit disappointed by this because I felt Black Lightning had its strongest season with its 3rd year. And I still believe there was a lot of mileage to do at least another 2 years of the show. You know, it's a shame when you see a show hitting its stride, having its strongest year, and then getting cancelled the following season. So I'm not really invested in the Painkiller show. You know, I think, why are we doing this when we could have clearly had another season of Black Lightning and got to the 5th year? So yeah, I'm not really invested in the Painkiller show. I've commented a lot in my Black Lightning coverage. I think the story arc within that character has been done. I really can't see any mileage going forward. You know, maybe they're going with the younger character to again entice younger audiences. Me personally, I would like to see a 5th season of Black Lightning. Who knows? We might see the likes of Anissa come in and appearing, because we do know that the actress who plays Jennifer, I think China her name is, I think she recently done a video a couple of months back saying that she wanted to put out the show for her own personal reasons. So I don't think we would see her appearing in the show. So we might see Anissa, played by Nafesia Williams. I think she may come back as well. We wait and see on that. But yeah, I'm not really invested in a Painkiller spin-off, but who knows? It may be very good. And of course, if it does debut on air, then I will provide a review of that as well. So that's it really. That's the summary of the CW shows. We do know, of course, that Stargirl will be making a season 2 appearance and migrating over to the CW again. You can check out my reviews of that show within my channel as well. But yeah, I think overall it just means that the CW verse, this is what I'm calling it now, is here to stay for a lot longer. I know it's had its critics, but whether you hate it or like it, you can't deny that they've been very successful in building a connected universe. They've done a far better job than what the movies have within the DCEU in building these characters within a set universe and having these crossover events as well as the standalone adventures. So you can't deny they've had a very good run. So it just looks like it's going to continue for a lot further. And whether you like it or not, you have to really concede the fact that they've had a good run and they're getting that consistency and longevity as well. So those are my thoughts on the recent CW renewals for their shows within the CW verse. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you happy about this news? Are you happy that the CW verse is going on for a lot longer? Or do you think it's outstayed its welcome by a couple of years and you think now this is the time to really pull the plug? Or do you think there's still more mileage to go and would be happy to see a lot more shows enter the fray as well? So please also hit those like and subscribe buttons and notifications and help me provide more high content for you in the future. But that's it for now on the CW shows being renewed for 2021 and beyond. That's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay at safe distances, and I will see you very, very soon.